Hey everybody, it's Jay at LockNLube, and today we are talking about the L&L 210. This tool roll here is our Quick Connect greasing accessory kit, and inside we have 8 adapters to help you reach any fitting on any machine. We've made some enhancements to the kit for 2024 to make it even better and even more useful for you, our customers. Now, this ripstop case has been reinforced so that it can go into even the harshest environments and stand up for a long time. And on the corners, we've got metal grommets that have also been reinforced so that this can be hung on the pegboard, in your shop, wherever you want to keep it. And like I said, those 8 adapters, different form factors for different machines. We call it our Quick Connect greasing accessory kit because all of our adapters have a grease fitting in the back of them. That means that you can grab these with your grease coupler, use them to get into that hard to reach space, and then put them away when you're done. With that, let's get into it. We'll show you all the details of the adapters that are now included in the L&L 210. You'll notice here in the 8-piece kit, we have our various needles, our rigid extension, our 90s, and our seal-off adapter. Additionally, we've got a 9th compartment here, which is intentionally left empty. This is so that you can put whatever additional tool you might need in here if there's something that you always want to have with you, like a screwdriver or a rebuild kit, or maybe an XL grease coupler. So we'll start with the needles. We have our standard length needle adapter here with, of course, our Quick Connect Zerk fitting on the back. So you'll grab this with your grease coupler, and then this side will reach out into the machine and depress the ball bearing on the head of the grease fitting. The tapered tip here is made to fit right in there so that even if you have a hard time seeing where you're greasing, you can go by feel and know that you've got a good solid connection. Here we have our XL needle. The XL needle is the same idea, just longer. Now this similarly has a tapered tip to fit into the ball bearing on the end of that grease fitting. And of course, our Zerk in the back to grab with your grease gun. Now this extra reach is for deeply recessed fittings you might find on a universal joint, a shielded PTO shaft, or other places that are especially hard to reach. Third needle is this for sealed bearings. You'll remove the case and you'll see that this is extremely sharp. Be careful with this. This steel here is built to puncture the rubber boot on a sealed bearing and be able to come out without leaving a hole so that it's nice and sharp and small. You can get inside the sealed bearing, add some grease, and pull it out. When you're done, be sure to put that case back on. As I said, it's extremely sharp. Now, the last of the rigid extensions is what I call our cup extension, because the end here is shaped like a hemisphere, which matches the end of that grease fitting. So let's say you don't have a clear shot where you're having a hard time getting the tapered point of that needle adapter on there. This one can be used to align with the head of the grease fitting. You have a little ridge here so you can push and hold tension against it and add grease to that fitting. Next is our seal-off adapter. This has a Zerk fitting on the back, as all of them do, and on the end here's a rubber tip, which is tapered as well. This is for adding grease to places without a Zerk fitting, such as you might find on the end of a chainsaw. Here's our push-on 90-degree adapter. You grab onto the back with your grease gun in a machine with very low overhead clearance. You may have a metal plate or something above it, so you come in from the side. And this just slides right on the side of the grease fitting all the way until it clicks, and then you add grease, pull back off to the side, and you're good to go. Here we have our L&L 120, our right angle adapter. You can see you've got, as long as you've got a little bit of overhead clearance, this is a nice option. Even if the grease fitting is countersunk, you can still get down inside a tight space. Inside the collar in the back is our grease fitting, so we'll grab that with our grease gun, and this collar provides just a little bit of extra lateral stability. Now once we're on there, we've got our grease fitting here. This knurled ring actually adjusts the tension. You can loosen it, just don't go past about 1 turn. If you take this all the way off and the guts fall out and the jaws come out, then you got a whole nother thing to deal with. So just 1 turn's more than enough. Once you're there, it's totally loose. Snug it up, grease your fitting, loosen it up, and there you go. And if you are on a countersunk fitting or down in a hole, you don't have to use this to adjust tension. It just makes it a little bit easier to get on and off. Lastly, we have what we call our Simple 90. This is our ultra narrow 3-jaw grease coupler fitted with a 90-degree fitting in the back. So here is a great option if you have a decent amount of overhead clearance, but a very small opening where the fitting is down inside a hole somewhere. This is also adjustable here. Same story, don't go past about 1 turn unless you want to clean up a mess. Push that down onto your fitting, add grease, and when you're done, simply remove it. So there you have it, all 8 pieces of the L&L 210 Quick Connect greasing accessory kit. With this compact tool roll and the LockNLube grease coupler, you've got everything you need to reach any fitting on any machine. Thanks for watching. For more information, check out LockNLube.com or search for LockNLube on YouTube.